You've probably heard the hype about AI replacing jobs, and you might even be wondering if entire companies could be run by artificial intelligence. Well, Elon Musk just took that question and turned it into reality with something called Macrohard. And yeah, that's a direct jab at Microsoft. But here's the twist that'll blow your mind. He's not just trolling. He's actually building it, and the implications are absolutely insane. Welcome back to bitbiased.ai, where we do the research so you don't have to. Join our community of AI enthusiasts with our free weekly newsletter. Click the link in the description below to subscribe. You will get the key AI news, tools, and learning resources to stay ahead. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly what Macrohard is, why Musk thinks he can simulate Microsoft entirely with AI, and what this means for the future of software development. We'll walk through the timeline from his cryptic tweets to that massive roof logo you've probably seen going viral, and I'll show you how this could completely reshape the tech industry. First up, let's talk about what sparked this whole audacious idea in the first place. What is Macrohard? In August 2025, Elon Musk dropped a bombshell on social media that had the tech world doing a double take. He announced that his AI startup xAI was building something called Macrohard. And before you ask, yes, it's absolutely a playful dig at Microsoft. The name itself replaces micro with macro to suggest something bigger, something bolder. But here's where it gets interesting. Musk posted on X saying my AI startup, xAI, is building a purely AI software company called Macrohard. It's a tongue-in-cheek name, but the project is very real. Now, when Elon says something is very real, that's when you need to pay attention. Because this isn't just another meme or publicity stunt. The core idea behind Macrohard is actually pretty wild when you think about it. Musk's vision is to create an entirely AI-run company that can do everything a traditional software company does, except physically manufacturing hardware. Think about that for a second. We're talking about a company where artificial intelligence handles design, coding, testing, management, and deployment with minimal human oversight. No traditional programmers, no development teams, just autonomous AI agents doing the heavy lifting. Musk's reasoning is surprisingly simple, yet profound. He argues that since companies like Microsoft don't actually manufacture physical hardware, they don't make chips or circuit boards themselves, their entire operation could theoretically be replicated by AI. As he put it on X, in principle, given that software companies like Microsoft do not themselves manufacture any physical hardware, it should be possible to simulate them entirely with AI. Wait until you see this analogy he uses. Just as Apple designs iPhones but relies on other companies to actually build them, Macrohard would design and manage software products but use external partners for any physical manufacturing needs. The difference? Everything happening behind the scenes, all the brainwork, the coding, the problem solving, would be done by artificial intelligence. Now, if you're thinking this sounds like science fiction, you're not alone. But Musk and his team believe this approach could radically cut costs and speed up development. A Microsoft executive even acknowledged the ambition, summarizing it as giving Microsoft a run for its money in software development. Imagine an autonomous army of AI programs that read requirements, write code libraries, test everything, fix bugs automatically, and ship products, all while you sleep. That's the vision. It's Microsoft, but run entirely by AI. And if it actually works, Musk believes it could dramatically speed up product cycles and outcompete traditional companies, still relying on human-led development. But as of late 2025, Macrohard is still largely a concept living in public filings and Musk's tweets. There's no shipping product yet, no demo to show off. This next part will surprise you, though, because the timeline of how this went from a joke to a real venture is absolutely fascinating. The wild timeline. From cryptic tweet to giant roof logo. The rise of Macrohard happened fast. Like blink and you'll miss it fast. Let me walk you through exactly how this unfolded, because each milestone tells a bigger story about Musk's commitment to this crazy idea. It all started on July 14th, 2025, when Musk dropped a cryptic hint on X. He teased that xAI was preparing a grand challenge in AI and asked his followers to guess a new company's name. When someone threw out Macrohard, Musk responded with a wink emoji. That single emoji was all it took to confirm he was actually considering that name. And suddenly, the internet was buzzing. This wasn't just random speculation anymore. Musk had validated the idea publicly. Fast forward to August 1st, 2025, and here's where things got serious. Public records from the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office revealed that XAI had filed for a trademark on Macrohard. The filings listed AI programming tools, agents for coding, image and video generation, and more. This bureaucratic move was crucial. It meant Musk wasn't just playing around. He was creating a real brand, a real identity, with legal protection. The joke had just become official. Then came August 23, 2025, and Musk made the formal announcement. He posted a video on X saying, "Join XAI and help build a purely AI software company called Macrohard." He emphasized again that despite the playful name, the project is very real. This was the moment he laid out his rationale clearly. Simulating Microsoft with AI is feasible precisely because Microsoft doesn't build hardware itself. The logic was out there for everyone to scrutinize. Around late August, news outlets spotted something else. A Delaware company called Macrohard Ventures LLC had been incorporated. While it wasn't entirely clear if Musk directly owned this LLC, it added another layer of legitimacy. This wasn't just vaporware anymore. There was an actual corporate entity forming behind the scenes. By September 2025, Musk kicked recruitment into high gear. Job listings started appearing, and Musk's own posts invited AI experts to join the Macrohard team. We're talking high salaries here. Some reports mentioned figures around $400,000, specifically to build what he called a fully AI-run software company. This was a clear signal that Macrohard was transitioning from concept to execution. Real engineers with real expertise were being brought in to make this happen. Now here's the ironic twist that had everyone talking. On September 29, 2025, Microsoft announced it was actually partnering with XAI. Yes, you heard that right. Despite Musk essentially declaring war on Microsoft with Macrohard, Microsoft decided to integrate XAI's Grok AI models into its Azure cloud platform. Microsoft blogged about how they'd collaborated closely with XAI to bring Grok 4 into Azure AI Foundry. This showed just how interconnected the tech industry really is. Competition and collaboration happening simultaneously. It's the ultimate frenemies situation. But wait, because the grand finale came on October 14, 2025. Musk tweeted just 2 words, "Logo complete." Attached was an aerial photo showing Macrohard, painted in massive black letters across the roof of XAI's Colossus II supercomputer center in Memphis. This wasn't just any building. We're talking about one of the world's largest AI server farms, a 5-story facility housing thousands of GPUs. And now it had Macrohard's name literally visible from space. That tweet racked up over 19 million views. It was a publicity stunt, sure, but also a statement of intent. Musk had spent millions to paint that logo, making it clear that Macrohard wasn't going anywhere. As news outlets pointed out, this was Musk physically staking his claim in the AI and tech race, ensuring that every satellite image would now show his challenge to Microsoft's empire. Each of these milestones showed Musk methodically moving from joke to genuine undertaking. The combination of trademark filings, media coverage, corporate formation, recruitment, and that massive logo proved one thing. Macrohard might not have products yet, but the infrastructure and intent are absolutely real. The massive logo that broke the internet. Let's talk more about that logo for a second, because it's not just a marketing gimmick, it's actually central to understanding Musk's approach here. The Colossus II supercomputer facility in Memphis isn't just some random building. This is ground zero for XAI's most advanced AI training. We're talking about thousands upon thousands of GPUs working simultaneously to train Musk's AI models, specifically the Grok models that power everything he's building. It's currently one of the world's largest AI supercomputers, and by painting Macrohard across its roof, Musk ensured maximum visibility. Tech news sites immediately picked up on the boldness of this move. According to the Economic Times, Macrohard will leverage XAI's Grok 5 model and this exact Colossus II supercomputer to challenge Microsoft. So the logo isn't just branding. It's marking the physical infrastructure that will supposedly power this AI revolution. The image went viral instantly, and for good reason. It's not every day you see a tech CEO literally paint his competitor's parody name on the roof of a supercomputer center. One report noted that Musk spent millions just to brand that roof, not merely to mock Microsoft, but to physically stake a claim in what he sees as the defining technology race of our time. This is classic Musk showmanship meeting serious infrastructure. And as one news outlet put it, Macrohard aims to shake up the tech world by challenging Microsoft's long-standing dominance in software. And that giant roof logo was his very public declaration of war. How would Macrohard actually work? Okay, so we've covered the hype and the spectacle, but let's get into the nuts and bolts here. What would Macrohard actually do on a day-to-day basis? Because that's where this gets really fascinating. And honestly, a bit scary if you're a software developer. According to Musk's vision, Macrohard would be AI native at every single step of the process. Let me break down what that means in practical terms. First, AI agents would handle all phases of software development. We're talking design, coding, testing, debugging, and deployment. Everything. Instead of teams of human developers sitting in conference rooms arguing over code reviews, you'd have autonomous AI systems running on powerful servers doing all of that work. Musk imagines AI writing its own code libraries, then having other AI test and improve that code iteratively. It's software building software, essentially. The second piece is about simulating an entire software company. Musk's argument is that because Microsoft doesn't manufacture physical hardware, they don't make chips, they don't assemble computers, it should be possible to replace their entire human workforce with AI. This means covering everything Microsoft does. Windows, Office, Azure Cloud Services, developer tools, all of it. The simulated company would still sell software to customers, but every process behind that sale would be automated through artificial intelligence. Now, to make this work, Macrohard would need to leverage the most advanced AI models available. Reports indicate it will use xAI's Grok 5 model, which Musk claims is one of the most sophisticated AI systems out there, competing directly with models like GPT. These Grok models would be the brains powering all those agents I just mentioned. Think of them as the intelligence engine running the entire operation. Of course, all of this requires massive computational power. Macrohard would run on supercomputers like that Colossus II facility we talked about, using thousands of GPUs to support its AI agents around the clock. This infrastructure would effectively simulate the offices and teams of a traditional company. But everything exists in software form, not physical office space. But here's where it gets even more ambitious. The scope of work goes beyond just coding. Musk's plan is for AI to handle project management, product strategy, customer support, marketing, basically every department you'd find in a tech company. His stated goal is to create a company that can do anything short of manufacturing physical objects directly. In practice, that means Macrohard's AI might even coordinate with external factories to build hardware it designs, like phones or gaming consoles, without ever touching the manufacturing process itself. So who's building this? Well, xAI is actively hiring top-tier engineers right now. They're offering salaries that reportedly go up to $400,000, specifically looking for AI specialists, software developers, and compute infrastructure experts to develop the Macrohard system. These aren't just jobs to maintain servers. These are positions focused on building the AI agents that would run everything. Let me put this in perspective. The pitch here is simple, but revolutionary. Replace the vast human workforce of a Microsoft-sized company with networks of AI models. By doing so, you theoretically cut labor costs dramatically and scale infinitely. AI can work 24/7 without breaks, iterate faster than human teams, fix bugs automatically, and potentially give Macrohard a massive edge in speed and cost efficiency over traditional firms. As one industry write-up put it, if Macrohard succeeds, entire teams of engineers might be replaced by AI agents for certain tasks. That's not hyperbole. That's literally the goal. And whether you find that exciting or terrifying probably depends on whether you're a software engineer or a tech investor. Musk's track record. Why we should pay attention. Now, before we dismiss this as just another Silicon Valley pipe dream, Let's remember who we're talking about here. Elon Musk has a very specific track record when it comes to tackling big, entrenched industries, and he doesn't exactly have a history of failing quietly. Let's rewind to 2002. Musk founded SpaceX with the audacious goal of revolutionizing spaceflight. At the time, experts laughed it off. Today, SpaceX is the global leader in reusable rockets and commercial space launches. They're literally sending astronauts to the International Space Station and building Starship to eventually take humans to Mars. That's not just disruption, that's domination. Then there's Tesla. Musk joined the company in 2004 when electric vehicles were basically a punchline in the auto industry. Fast forward to today, and Tesla is the world's most valuable auto company, leading innovation in electric vehicles, battery technology, and self-driving software. He challenged the entire oil and automotive industries, two of the most powerful sectors on the planet, and won. Before that, in the late 1990s, Musk's X.com, which later became PayPal, completely reshaped online payments. That exit gave him the capital to fund his other ventures. And then there's his AI journey. Musk co-founded OpenAI back in 2015 with the goal of advancing AI research responsibly. After leaving OpenAI over disagreements about direction and Microsoft's involvement, he launched xAI in 2023 to pursue what he saw as a more aggressive approach to AI development. This wasn't just a side project. Musk poured resources into xAI specifically to compete with OpenAI and other AI giants. He's also built Neuralink, focused on brain-computer interfaces, and the Boring Company for underground transportation. And of course, he bought Twitter, rebranded it to X, and immediately started integrating AI into everything from content moderation to recommendation algorithms. Here's why all of this matters. When Musk goes after a sector, whether it's automobiles, rockets, payments, or social media, he doesn't just make noise. He attracts massive investment, generates unprecedented media attention, and forces industry incumbents to react. Microsoft's decision to partner with xAI on Grok models is a perfect example of that dynamic. Even as competitors, they can't ignore each other. One news analysis pointed out that Musk's track record of disrupting industries, from electric cars to space exploration, suggests that Macrohard could make a significant impact in technology if it succeeds. That's not fanboying, that's pattern recognition. Musk has proven he can take moonshot ideas and turn them into reality, even when everyone says it's impossible. There's also a philosophical thread here. Musk has repeatedly centered AI in almost every venture. He's warned publicly about AI risks, calling it potentially more dangerous than nuclear weapons. But simultaneously, he's betting that AI will reshape society completely, and the companies that harness it best will dominate the future. He's even said that Tesla should be thought of not as a car company, but as an AI robotics company. In late 2024, he encouraged Tesla to invest heavily in xAI. His worldview is clear. AI will automate most tasks, and whoever controls the best AI will control the future. Macrohard is simply the logical extension of that vision. Instead of using AI to make better cars or rockets, he's using AI to run an entire software empire. Whether this succeeds or fails spectacularly, it's entirely consistent with Musk's pattern of aiming for radical, industry-altering change. And that's exactly why people are paying attention. Could Macrohard actually rival Microsoft? So here's the billion-dollar question. Could Macrohard actually compete with Microsoft? Because let's be honest, Microsoft isn't some scrappy startup. It's a $3 trillion behemoth with decades of enterprise relationships and infrastructure. Musk's stated goal is crystal clear. He wants to challenge Microsoft's dominance directly. The name itself is a provocative jab, and multiple sources emphasize that Macrohard is aimed squarely at competing with Microsoft's software empire. As one Mumbai publication noted, Macrohard's aim is to shake up the tech world by challenging Microsoft's long-standing dominance in software. The theoretical advantage here is speed and cost. If Macrohard's AI agents can write and improve code far faster than human teams, they could produce competitive versions of Microsoft products. Think Office alternatives, Azure-like cloud services, developer tools, more cheaply and quickly. Musk himself has said, "We could potentially see Macrohard give Microsoft a run for its money in the software development landscape." Some analysts suggest Macrohard could compete with Microsoft in areas like software development, cloud services, and AI applications. Since Microsoft has been aggressively shifting toward AI itself, they're heavily invested in OpenAI and integrating AI into every product. There's a direct collision course here. Interestingly, Musk has been a vocal critic of Microsoft's partnerships, particularly with OpenAI. He's even filed lawsuits against OpenAI's CEO over what he sees as improper ties to Microsoft. Macrohard represents Musk's long-shot offensive. If artificial intelligence advances to the point he envisions, his AI-driven company might produce code and manage products at massive scale, potentially outpacing a bureaucratic giant like Microsoft that still relies heavily on human decision-making. But let's pump the brakes for a second, because there are massive challenges here. Many experts caution that fully replacing a software workforce with AI is extraordinarily difficult. Enterprise customers need stability, security, compliance, and trust, factors that human engineers and support teams handle with extreme care. Today's AI-generated code, while impressive, still requires significant human oversight to avoid catastrophic errors. There was actually a recent news story about an AI tool accidentally deleting critical code during a 12-day experiment. That's the kind of unpredictability that makes CIOs nervous. One Gartner analyst described building an AI-only Microsoft as likely being a multi-year marathon, not a sprint. The complexity of enterprise software, regulatory requirements, and customer trust can't just be automated away overnight. In the short term, let's be real, Macrohard is more hype than substance. One blunt report stated, "Macrohard is more than a joke, but less than a company." It has a name, trademark filings, and Musk's tweets, but no actual products, no public team, no visible roadmap yet. Nobody outside Musk's inner circle has seen a Macrohard demo or platform. So Microsoft isn't scrambling, at least not publicly. But they are absolutely paying attention. The fact that they integrated Musk's Grok AI models into Azure shows they're keeping a close eye on xAI's developments. They're hedging their bets, staying connected to potential competitors. If Macrohard did somehow come to full fruition and started shipping competitive products, it could absolutely force Microsoft to innovate faster and potentially drop prices. But for now, it's mostly a provocative statement that AI has reached a point where, as Musk says, anything is possible. Whether that's true or just classic Musk bravado remains to be seen. The bigger picture, what this means for the future. Let's zoom out for a moment, because Macrohard isn't just about Musk versus Microsoft. This is really about a much bigger question facing the entire tech industry. Can artificial intelligence truly run a company? If Macrohard succeeds, and that's still a massive if, it would fundamentally change how we think about software development, maybe even business operations in general. Imagine a world where AI agents handle everything from writing code to managing customer relationships, from designing user interfaces to coordinating with manufacturing partners. The cost structures would be completely different. The speed of innovation would accelerate dramatically. And yes, the job market would be transformed in ways we can barely predict. This ties into a broader trend we're already seeing. Companies across every industry are experimenting with AI automation. We've got AI writing articles, creating art, composing music, even diagnosing medical conditions. But what Musk is proposing with Macrohard goes several steps further. He's not just automating tasks, he's automating the entire organizational structure. If he pulls this off, it raises profound questions. What happens to software engineers? What happens to project managers, QA testers, product designers? Some people see this as an inevitable evolution, AI handling repetitive or logical tasks, while humans focus on creativity and strategy. Others see it as a massive threat to employment and stability. There's also the competitive angle here. If Macrohard proves the concept works, every other company will be racing to implement similar AI-driven models. Microsoft, Google, Amazon, they'd all need to adapt or risk falling behind. That competitive pressure could accelerate AI development even faster, creating a feedback loop of innovation. But there are risks too. Relying entirely on AI for critical software development raises questions about reliability, security, and accountability. If an AI agent introduces a bug that crashes a system or exposes customer data, who's responsible? How do you audit code written entirely by machines? These aren't hypothetical concerns. They're fundamental challenges that Macrohard will need to solve. For now, Musk has thrown down the gauntlet. Whether Macrohard becomes the next SpaceX-level success or just another ambitious experiment that fades away, it's already changing the conversation. It's forcing everyone in tech to ask, how far can AI really go? Final thoughts and what to watch for. So let's bring this all together. Macrohard is Elon Musk's audacious bet that artificial intelligence has advanced enough to run an entire software company. He announced it in mid-2025 via social media, following trademark filings and that viral roof logo reveal. His vision is that AI agents, powered by models like Grok running on massive supercomputers, will handle coding, testing, management, and everything else, effectively simulating the operations of a tech giant like Microsoft. For context, Musk has disrupted other industries before, so watching Macrohard makes total sense. He grew SpaceX from a startup into the dominant player in commercial space. He turned Tesla from a niche electric car company into the world's most valuable automaker. He co-founded OpenAI and later launched xAI to push his own AI agenda. He often sets ridiculously bold goals, colonizing Mars, full self-driving cars, brain-machine interfaces, and he uses publicity stunts to highlight them. Macrohard fits perfectly into that pattern. On the other hand, Macrohard is still in its infancy. No official software products or functional AI agents have been publicly demonstrated. We've got Musk's strong words, that massive roof logo, and some job listings, but no shipping product yet. Analysts are right to be skeptical and ask, can AI really manage an entire company? The medium-term question is whether Macrohard will remain just an audacious vision or actually become a functioning, AI-driven firm. For now, Microsoft hasn't panicked, but they're definitely attentive. The fact that they integrated Musk's Grok AI into Azure shows the tech world is deeply interconnected. Competition and collaboration coexist. Macrohard highlights one undeniable truth. Musk sees AI as the frontier of the software business. If he's right, we may be witnessing the birth of a radically new way to create software, with algorithms literally writing algorithms. Whether or not Macrohard dethrones Microsoft, this experiment will push conversations about AI's role in business to unprecedented levels. Keep an eye on xAI's announcements, watch for product demos or beta releases, and pay attention to how Microsoft and other tech giants respond. This is going to be fascinating to watch unfold over the next few years. Who knows? Maybe a decade from now, we'll all be using software entirely created by AI, and we'll look back at this moment as the beginning of that revolution. Or maybe Macrohard will just become a legendary cautionary tale about AI hype. Either way, it's a wild ride, and Musk just bought front-row tickets for all of us. So what do you think? Is Macrohard the future of software development? Or is this just Elon Musk trolling Microsoft on a massive scale? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear whether you think AI can actually run a company or if this is going too far. And hey, if you enjoyed this breakdown and want to stay updated on more tech news and AI developments, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We've got so much more coming on the channel about artificial intelligence, tech disruptions, and the future of innovation. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.